name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Respected grade 12 students all over the Sultanate of Oman, and welcome to a new episode. Welcome to a new episode of Life Lesson Program. It's my pleasure to be with you today, and let's start with the objectives as usual. Our objectives for today's lesson are to skim a reading text for gist, which means for general information, and then we are going to scan some given texts for details, which mean for specific information. I hope that you are ready with your course book, workbook, and your notebook. First, I'd like to ask you this question. How do you prefer to get news? Do you prefer to get your news from the newspapers or from the magazines, for example? Or do you prefer to listen up to news on the radio? Or you prefer to watch news on television? Or maybe you prefer to use the social media platforms, because today we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Facebook. But do you think it's different? Do you think our way today is different than our grandparents' way in the past? Do you think they are using the same sources that we are using today to get the news from? I think it's pretty different, because in the past we don't have, for example, social media's platforms. And the channels for the news are also limited. Okay, now let's go to your book, page number 1. We have task number 2. I'd like you to have a minute and read this text and try to figure out the meaning of the words in bold. We have these words are in bold. So I want you to spend a minute and try to guess the meaning of these words from the context. And then we are going to check the meaning together. Okay, are you ready? Let's try to figure out the meaning together. The first one is journalism. Journalism. And it means the work of collecting, writing, and publishing news, stories, and articles in newspapers and magazines, or broadcasting them on the radio and television. So this word is wide. It covers all types of journalism: newspapers, magazines, broadcasting program on radio or on television. As you see in the picture, this is the newspaper and this is broadcasting program on television. Okay, let's move to the second word. We have choice. What does it mean, choice? It is something that you have selected. This is your choice. So, is this your choice, number 1 or number 2 or number 3? Which one is your choice? So, what are you going to choose? So, it is something that you have selected, choice. Number 3, transformed. It means changed. To change completely the appearance or character of something or someone, especially so that the thing or person is improved. Look at this picture, for example. This is the small caterpillar and it transformed to a butterfly. So transformed means changed. So it changed from this shape, from this appearance to another appearance. Transformed, which means changed. We have the word gathered. Collected several things, often from different places or people. For example, we have dry leaves here, and these dry leaves are gathered together. So collected several things together. This is the meaning of gathered. Then we have the word demanding. Basically, it's needing or requiring something you think is necessary. For example, if the demands of the food goes up, it means I need a supply. For supermarkets, for example, or for grocery shops. So, demand means require, need. Of course, most of you know this word, social media, and it is websites and computer programs that people use to communicate and share information on the internet. You can use a computer or mobile phone, and we have many types of social media. We have Twitter, we have Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, TikTok nowadays, Snapchat, YouTube, and many other things. Now let's move to the next word. It is the press. The press. What does it mean? It is printed publications. So this is a major difference between journalism and press. If I said journalism, it means everything. Newspapers, magazines, radio program, TV program. But when I say the press, I mean printed publications such as newspapers and magazines, as the pictures here. Now, what about source? To get something from a particular place. For example, if I'll ask you, what is the source of your news? Where did you get this news from? So, you are going to say, for example, from CNN channel. And the editor is saying the BBC Arabic. Well done. So these are examples of authentic channels of news. So this is my source. My source means where did I get my information from? What about the headline? It is a line of words printed in large letters as the title of a story, for example, in a newspaper, or the main points of the news. So it can be written headline or spoken headline. So you can hear the headlines in the news, on the radio, for example, or on the television, or you can see it in newspaper. Look at these headlines, for example. It is big and in bold. It's meant to be like this to grab the attention of the readers. Cows lose their jobs as milk prices drop. They are using metaphoric language here because cows are not human beings. They cannot have a job. But they want to attract the attention of the reader, so they are using the personification. Cows lose their jobs as milk prices drop. So they use this type of title to grab the attention. So what does it mean, grab? To attract someone's attention or to take something suddenly, quickly, and roughly. So this is the meaning of grab. Then we have the word interview. Of course, you know the word interview. It is a formal meeting in which someone asks you some questions. It could be, for example, on a TV program. Then we have the word celebrities. Who are the celebrities? Famous people such as actors, actresses, sports stars, singers. So these are famous people. Politicians also can be celebrities. We have here a very well-known figure in Oman. He is Ali Al-Habsi. He is the goalkeeper. He is one of our celebrities here in Oman. Okay. After discussing these main words, look at this picture. What do you think of this picture? It tells sadness. And let's see the phrase first. So, one picture is worth 1,000 words. Do you agree with this statement? One picture, it is only one, but it is telling thousands of words. It describes poverty. It describes wars. It describes hunger. It describes sorrow, sadness, many things. That's why sometimes the media depends on pictures, because pictures convey the message that you want the reader to hear very quickly and very effectively. Okay, let's see now a new word. It is here in the top. It is paparazzi. Paparazzi. And what does it mean, paparazzi? I want you to read the text in your book and find out the meaning of paparazzi. And you are given also in your book 4 definitions. Try to choose the best match. Which one is correct? Let's check them together. Photographers who hunt celebrities, are these called paparazzi? Or celebrities who are looking for attention? What do you think? Or it is Italian photographers? Or it is magazines about celebrities? I'll give you a minute. Try to read the text and find the meaning of paparazzi. Yes? Did you figure out the meaning? What does it mean, paparazzi? By the way, it is plural form. Okay? So, the meaning is photographers who hunt celebrities. They are chasing celebrities. Even if the celebrities busy or they don't want to have a picture, they are chasing the celebrities. And as it tells in this story, the previous one here, the story of Princess Diana, who was killed because of the paparazzi on France. That was on 31st of August 1979. Okay, now let's move to this task in the next page. You are given here some words with definitions. I want you again to have a minute and try to match the words with the definition. Let's do the first one together. For example, obsession. It is in line number 1. And what does it mean? It is strong and unhealthy interest in someone or something. And the adjective is obsessive. If you are obsessive, it means that you have obsession about something. For example, obsession about following the celebrities. So you are, or you have this obsession, which means very, very strong interest in something, but this is not healthy. Okay, have a minute and try to find the rest of them. Okay, look at number 2, freelance. It is in line number 10. What does it mean? Working independently for different companies. So you are not getting your salary from a special company. You are working independently. This is freelance. And then we have prey. It is creatures hunted and eaten by other creatures. For example, the rabbit is a good prey for the fox. I mean that the rabbit is the prey because the fox will eat the rabbit. Tactics. What does it mean? It is methods used to achieve something. For example, this year, because of coronavirus, the Ministry of Education depends on online teaching. So this is their tactics, their methods that used to achieve something. Tactics. Ethical. It means relating to principles of right and wrong. What do you think of paparazzi as a job? For example, is it ethical? Blamed. Said that someone was responsible for something bad. For example, I'm the only one who was blamed, for example, for getting an F in the mathematics subjects because I didn't study hard. So I'm blaming myself for that. Check your answers. Okay, now we can move to the workbook. We are still in the same unit, in unit number 1, page number 1, task number 1. In this activity, I'd like you to go back to the activity or to the text in the course book and find the answers for these questions. Whenever we are having a piece of reading or a text, I advise you always to read the questions first. Underline the key words in the questions. Then go back to the text and find the answers so you can finish very quickly. Be careful, not more than 4 words for each answer. For example, name 3 different kinds of celebrities. So you are going to focus on 3 different kinds of celebrities. What was paparazzo professions? Paparazzo is the singular of paparazzi. How do the paparazzi make celebrities come out of buildings? How? So while you are reading, you need to look for a way. If you see who in the questions, it means you want a person or a profession or someone. So who did a lot of people blame for Diana's death? Have a minute, go back to the text and try to find the answers for these questions. Okay, shall we do them together? Okay, the first one, the 3 different kinds of celebrities that were mentioned in the texts are actors, actress, singers, and because the question said only 4, so you need to omit one of them. Stick on the instructions. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 words. And you have more than one in the text. So these are the 3 different kinds of celebrities: actors, actress, sports personalities. Then we have, what was the paparazzo professions? He is photographer. But what is the difference between the photographer and the paparazzo or the paparazzi? The photographer takes pictures for normal and ordinary people, but the paparazzo or the paparazzi are only chasing celebrities. They are only interested in taking pictures of famous people. So this is the major difference between the two. How do the paparazzi make celebrities come out of the buildings? Imagine sometimes they start false fire alarms. So then the celebrities who are in the building will think that this is a real alarm and they will come out of the building. Then they will chase them and take pictures of them. Who did a lot of people blame for Diana's death? The paparazzi, because they were chasing Diana's car through the tunnel that caused the severe and serious accident which led to Diana's death. Now we have another reading. Basically the lesson is reading. So you need to develop your skim and scanning skills. For this text, I want you to scan it very quickly and try to find the answers for these questions. But again, whenever we have reading text, we need to go to the questions first. Underline the key words in the questions. Press photographers only need to be able to take good pictures. What do you think? Is it only? The second question, most press photographers specialize in entertainment. Is it true? What do you think? Press photography and photojournalism are the same thing. Are they the same thing? We have two things, press photography and photojournalism. The last question, photojournalists don't only use pictures. What do you think? Is it true? Now, after you have read these 4 questions, understand them, go back to the text and have a minute. Try to find the answers for these questions. Is it true or false or not given? Okay, so what do you think the first answer is? Press photographers only need to be able to take good pictures. Is it true or false or not given? It is false because this is not the only mission. Number 2, most press photographers specialize in entertainment. It doesn't say it in the text if they are really specialized in entertainment or not. Press photography and photojournalism are the same thing. What do you think? Are they the same thing? No, they are 2 different things. What about the last question? Photojournalists don't only use pictures. Yes, they are using many things, not only pictures. Okay, now this is the last reading task that you have got in your book because the last one is cancelled. So this is an interview and you have got some questions here. First, let's read the first question. How did Abdullah first learn about photography? So we need to look for how, the way he learned this profession, but how did he learn this photography? Number 2, why? So while you are reading, you need to search for reasons. Why are there so many pictures in a newspaper? What do you think? And I think I've said that earlier in this lesson. Why do we need pictures in the newspaper? what two things, and you have got two things does Abdullah advise young people to do? What was his advice? So go back to the text and find the answers for these three questions. Okay, let's check the answers together. So how did he learn these professions? He said, I got a job as technician on a newspaper developing photos. So he started to learn this profession from this point when he got this job on a newspaper. Then the other question, why we are using pictures, or why newspapers using pictures? Because a picture can get the message across very quickly. As I said earlier, the picture can convey lots of messages quickly and effectively. And the last question was, what was his advice to people or to young people? You have to work hard. This is his first advice. And the second one is, you should learn to be very patient. In order to be a photographer, you need to work hard and you need to learn to be very patient. So this is our lesson today. I hope that you got lots of benefits from today's lesson, and we can revise these words because we still have time. Let's revise the meaning of the words that we have discussed today, starting from journalism. And we said it means work of collecting, writing, and publishing news stories and articles in newspapers and magazines, or broadcasting them on the radio and on television. And we also discussed the meaning of choice, and we said it means something you have selected. We also discussed transformed, and we said it is changed. Like this caterpillar, it changed to a butterfly. The meaning of gathered, collected several things, but they are normally from different places. And we also discussed the meaning of demanding. It is needing, requiring something you think is necessary. Of course, you know the social medias, and we have a couple of platforms here: Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook. These are all called social medias. We also emphasized the meaning of press, and we said there is a very, let's say, big difference between the press and the journalism, because the press is only concerned about printed publications such as newspapers and magazines. And we talked about the source, and we said it is to get something from a particular place, like the CNN channel, for example. We also talked about headline, and we said it is the line in bold normally in the top of the news article or news story. It can be written or spoken. We can hear it also in the news. And why do we need these headlines? To grab the attention of the readers, and grab means to attract someone's attention. And we also talked about the word interview, and we said it is formal meeting in which someone asks you questions. And celebrities. Who are the celebrities? The famous people such as actors, actresses, sports stars, singers, and so on. And this is our example. He is our goalkeeper, Ali Al-Habsi. And also we talked about an important word, which is the paparazzi. And we said it is, what does it mean? It is photographers who hunt celebrities. So this is not a normal photographer. They are just chasing celebrities. They focus on their life. That's all for today's lesson. And I hope you will revise this vocabulary again. And I'd like you to go back to the definitions in the glossary in your book. Try to study them again. Till we see you again, stay safe and sound, and I wish you all the best. Good luck.